Hi everyone, it's CeeJay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a fall inspired get ready with me with this beautiful palette from Makeup Revolution, the Emily the Wants palette. I am so excited for Emily Noel. She's been one of my favorite YouTubers and she's a sweetheart, and I know all of you have seen this palette and seen swatches of it, but it just has really inspired me to actually do a makeup look. So let's get started. I wanted to do kind of a chit chat and get ready with me. We can catch up a little bit while I do my makeup. So first off, I am going to, I already did my brows. I am going to just start on my eye look. I wanted to incorporate the greens and some of the golds in the palette. That's just kind of like the inspiration I have today from my shirt. It has some of the golds and the reds, and I think I will have fun playing with this today. So like I said, I have my brows done, and because I don't have any translucent loose powder, and I am going to be working with a little bit of the darker green shades, and I'm going to just kind of put this on. I'm going to make sure it's not too sticky, and just kind of press this on the corners of my eyes. I'm sure this is a trick you've all seen done before, but I just kind of line it up to meet the tail of my brow. So that will help me with any cleanup. There isn't any really fallout in this palette. I've worked with it, played with it before, and I haven't experienced any fallout. But just because I'm using the darker green shades, I thought it might just be easier to clean up afterwards. So, I am going to use my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, and I am going to use this as my primer on my lids. I like the paint pot because I have very oily lids, and I really think it really helps with the oily lids to have this like thicker base. My shadows just really adhere better and last longer with the paint pot. So I am going to just set it with I have a new translucent pressed powder that I received in my Ipsy box. It's from Luna, and it is their translucent powder, and it is in the shade Sand. Let me see. It's in the shade White Sand, and I am going to take all over. Just take I have a flat foundation brush here, and I am going to take this under the brow to set the primer and just into the crease. I am not going to set the lid. I like having a sticky lid for the shadows to adhere to. Okay, so for my transition colors, I am going to go into this shade here called Midwest. I've been loving this for my transition color. I've been using it a lot, and I am going to take my Sigma E40 brush, and I'm going to place this into the crease and a little bit above to make my transition color. And this is a beautiful color. These are very buildable. That's what I'm very buildable and blendable. So I really don't have to tap off my brush. They're not real powdery. As you can see how nice it applies. So I am just doing windshield wipers in small circles back and forth. Emily Noel hit 1 million subscribers last weekend. She so deserves it. She has just been such an inspiration to so many people in the beauty community. Very happy for her. I'm very excited about this collab that she's had. So I'm sure you all are. I've seen so many, I've watched so many get ready with me videos with her palette. I was almost like, well, just been enjoying this palette. And in fact, I haven't really been on YouTube very much. I've been a little MIA. I've had a kind of a busy work schedule in the beginning of the year. So we kind of went through like a merger at work, and I just haven't have time to film. I'm really hoping that now in the fall and the end of the year, I will be able to produce more content for you. And I wanted to thank everyone who's stayed subscribed to me, and thank all my new subscribers. It really means a lot to me, and I'm going to really try to film a video at least once to twice a week now. First, I'm going to use my e.l.f. blending brush, which I love. This is such an economical brush and does a great job, and it actually was recommended by Emily Wells, so I've used it a lot. And I am going to go into the shade Juice Paid, and I am going to go right, I like stamping it like right into the crease, so that would have the most color on the outer edge, and then bringing it into my crease. And then I like to turn it and bring it a little bit up. That's just what works for my eye shape. And this is just a real pretty, kind of a terracotta color. I love this color. It's one of my favorites in the palette. I'm going to do that over here. Go back into with my E40, and I'm going to blend those two shades together. Next, I am going to go into the crease one more time with this Laugh Cry shade. It's kind of an orangey shade, and I think it goes well with my shirt. And I am going to go into this. I'm going to actually brush off my e.l.f. brush. I'm going to use this brush again, and I'm going to go in that again a little bit lower. It can go a little bit on my top of my lid, just building up the shades. I love building up the shades in this palette. They seem to just complement each other so much. To play with a little bit. I wanted to go in with the greens, and I want to incorporate a little bit of gold. So I'm thinking of trying a halo eye with gold in the center. So this is just an experiment. I hope it turns out okay. And I am going to go into the shade Side Hustle. And I had an accident with my palette. It actually fell off the edge of my vanity, and I was like, I only had it for about a day, and it dropped, and I was like, oh, I was gonna cry. And I did, two of the shadows did break, and one of them was this Side Hustle. So I really want to use it up, and then after a while, I think I will repurchase another palette, because I love those colors. It was really sad that they got broken. So I am going to go in with Side Hustle with a small, I'm going to just go in with a regular size flat shadow brush. And first I'm going to go in, I have to tap this a little bit because it's a little broken. I'm going to go in first on the outer third and trying to keep it all mostly on my lid, and then in the inner corner. And then I am going to connect it in the crease real low, those two shades. And just keep that center shade, the center bare, where I could put the gold. Take this small Luxie Beauty, very small shader brush, and I am going to wet it with a setting spray. And I'm going to go into the shade Top Story, which is this pretty gold color. And I'm going to put this in the center. This is a pretty color, this gold. Very pretty. Corner up with the shade Corduroy, which is a darker green, just a little bit on the outer corner. And blend that. All right, so now I am going to pull off the tape. And I am going to kind of pat here on the end. I'm going to use my Katrice Hd Foundation, and I'm in the shade, oh, what am I in here? Beige. Give it a little bit of shake before, and I am going to put a couple drops on the back of my hand and Beauty Blender, and I am going to press this in the skin. They actually came out with more shades of this foundation. It was a very limited shade range. I really do enjoy this foundation, but they just didn't have enough shade ranges, and now they expanded it. Concealers that I think is a very underrated concealer on YouTube, and it is the Rimmel Match Perfection. I'm in shade Fair, and I've repurchased this several times. I actually think I like it better than my Shape Tape. And I am going to go in with I have a cosmetic concealer brush, and I like it. This came with their concealer. I'm gonna go in there, bring it down a little bit. Do the same on this eye. And then I like to use the other end of this brush and then just kind of buff in that concealer. I'm gonna go back with that translucent powder from Luna and set my under eyes with this, like an e.l.f. taper brush. I'm just gonna set that under eye area and brighten it a little bit. Then I am going to take my bigger brush and I'm going to go into my Hourglass Dim Light, and I'm going to set the rest of my foundation. I just like this as a setting powder. It's not too cakey for me. It's just, it's a very smoothing effect. I'm going to finish the rest of my eyes. I am going shade, which is this real pretty white color. it is a more, it's like a matte white, and I am just gonna go underneath the top of underneath my brows, and then I am gonna go into like my tear duct and brighten that up a little bit. Just like a definer brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade Cappuccino, which is like a dark brown color, Capricorn, and I am going to just put that around my lash line on top. Into the shade Midwest and Deuce Pays. I'm going to tap them back and forth, and I'm going to run that on the bottom of my lash line, my bottom lid. And to just take that shade Corduroy, the green that I have in the very outer, and I'm going to put that in the outer third, or the outer half maybe, and try to connect it up. To curl the lashes. Now I'm going to apply a mascara, and I'm using the Foss Lashes Extreme Black from MAC. This came in my Ipsy bag. I haven't used it yet, so I'm not sure how I'm going to like it. Oh, there's a big brush, like a cone shape, natural bristles. So I like those I kind of tend to like those natural bristles. So I'm just going to wiggle it at the base. Physicians Formula bronzer, and I am going to take, this is a Crown Beauty brush, and sculpting brush, and I'm just gonna kind of bronze up my complexion a little bit, do a little bit of contouring, nothing heavy. Jawline. I'm just gonna do a little bit down the sides of the nose. Off the cheek. Warm Soul is just a beautiful shade. You don't need a highlighter with it, and I am going to just brush it on the apples of my cheeks and blend it back. And then I'm going to run a little bit over the bridge of my nose. I think that gives a youthful effect. And for lips, I am just going to line my lips. This is a Carol Baker Berry Brown shade, and it's really close to my natural lips. And I'm going to line this. I lined and filled in, and it's a pretty berry brown. And I'm just going to put my MAC cream cup over it. Makes a very pretty nudie lip. And I'm going to use my setting spray. I have the Natural Finish by Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I'm very generous, and I'm just going to fan it. Fix my hair a little bit. And I'm gonna go in with some more setting spray and kind of press, make sure everything is blended nicely. My damp beauty blender. So that's it, guys. This is the finished look, kind of a green goldy fall inspired look. I hope you enjoyed it. I really love this palette, and I want to thank you for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. I would appreciate it. I'm going to be filming more videos and presenting more content, and thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.